Hey, welcome to our discussion. Today I want to tell you or take you through a presentation which is critical. Brand design without strategy is a decoration. What does it mean? Of course, most of you are students. It's kind of difficult to comprehend, but you can understand the significance of it. In this presentation, I'm going to tell you how crucial that is. So let's understand each of the words of this sentence. This presentation is around this particular mantra and why it is important all of us to understand and follow this mantra to be successful in the brand design field. So the first thing first, so if you look at word design, most of us, we know the meaning of design, and roughly whatever we think of design is accurate. But it is an open-ended interpretation. A design could be just making something out of a paper or a drawing on the canvas or making a cup with using mud or anything. It could be, design means it's really vast. It doesn't say much, like anything you do that can be considered design. How can we understand precisely what is design? For that, we have to add a prefix or a suffix. Then only the design becomes very specific. As I said, design is a vast, but if you see, we all end up working in any one of the design field, not all of them. For example, if I add a prefix communication, now it becomes a specific communication design. Likewise, if I add a product, it becomes product design. The moment I say product design, we all know what I'm talking about and what is the role and responsibility, what is expected from a product designer. So there is a clear understanding of what is product design. Likewise, if I add a fashion, it becomes fashion design. Now we know that we need to create fashionable dresses. If I just say design, it could be anything. But the moment I add a word in front of a design, that is when it becomes feel. It's important to understand this. Most of the time, you just use casually design, but in the commercial arena, in the field, in the market, there is always prefix to the design. Like there are many, for example, graphic design, product design, industrial design, fashion design, interior design, architectural design, UI, UX design, web design, automotive design, urban design, light design, furniture design, even sound design, set design, typography design, editorial design. You started seeing that the moment you add a prefix, it becomes industry or part of industry, it becomes a profession. Even though some people say we're a designer, but they have to add a prefix like I'm fashion designer, I'm a graphic designer, I'm communication designer, I'm advertisement designer. Got the point? So, design, if you add a prefix, it becomes the field. Let's move on further. Again, for this discussion, we are looking at brand design. So what does it mean, brand design? The moment you see Nike is a brand, Starbucks is a brand, Taj Mahal is a brand, Amul, dairy products, like Amul is a brand. These all comes under a brand. Let's look at strategy. Strategy, you guys are being students, you may not be able to grasp the full understanding of what strategy is, because for that you need to work for a few years in the industry, then only you understand. But for this discussion, just understand strategy is kind of you plan out to achieve goal. For example, your brand wants to communicate to a certain target audience. How do you reach them? What is the medium? What is the message? You strategize that. That is roughly you understand as a strategy for time being. Now the last thing in this sentence, the word decoration. We all know decoration. It may not be having any purpose, but it looks good. Decoration is the act of making something to look attractive. Decoration, design doesn't carry any purpose except it should look good, aesthetically pleasing. Now you understood this whole sentence. Brand design is a one field where you design Nike, Amul, Taj Mahal or Starbucks, these kind of a brand design. Without a strategy, when you're designing brand designs, you have to follow a good strategy. If you don't, it becomes a decoration. If you follow the strategy, it becomes business tool. So whenever you're building a brand, it is a part of a business. Branding helps business to thrive. business to become a better. See, Nike is so well known all over the world, is one of the admired brands because of brand design. It is strategically crafted brand design. Henceforth, Nike, Apple, these big brands, Coca-Cola, somebody worked very hard on building this brand design. Henceforth, they become a big businesses. Thanks for listening.